Show today. You are watching another episode of Conversations with Cupid, and I've got something really excited for you today. I've got Jimmy Mack with me all the way from Florida. Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, how are you?
Good. So Jimmy, you guys, has a very interesting story, and he's a healer, and we're going to show you a couple of things today and talk about his story. But he's always been fascinated with the psychic phenomena and metaphysical studies. And he took various psychic development classes, yoga, acupuncture, theta healing, all sorts of stuff. And he became a Reiki master, certified shamanic healer, remote viewing. He completed the matrix energetics. And but it was with a near-death experience that he really recognized more, and that his spiritual support team of angels, teachers, and guides came in. And he said that there were beautiful beings of light who for days filled his hospital room, comforted, supported, and guided him safely to and from cosmic portals and multiple dimensions, all to simply learn that there is much more to life than flesh and bone. I love it!
Love it, yeah. And thanks for having me.
Oh, this is so exciting. So we're going to talk about, I want to hear your story, and then we want to talk about negative energies, hexes, and stuff, because it's Halloween. So tell us what happened.
We'll throw some love stuff in there too, since that's your specialty, and do some clearings on that as well.
Yes.
So, yeah, I was actually going down to South Florida, and I was going to a healing seminar and visiting a good friend of mine there, and I about had it coming out of both ends, and so I knew it was bad time. So I said, take me to the hospital. And they said, if you don't get your gallbladder out, you're going to die. So, you know, when they tell you that, it's like, okay, I'll sign everything, even though it's 20 pages no one reads, right? And so we went through that. That was okay. Woke up in recovery, though, and they'd given me too much anesthesia. So they about killed me. They gave me full-blown clinical pneumonia. So that was dicey. So, you know, you're in trouble when all the doctors from different departments come in your room. And I said, you guys must have really screwed up. And they said, why do you say that? And I said, because there were no students with you. So they didn't think it was funny. I thought it was funny. You know, if you got the chairs of all the different departments and crowded into your hospital room, it's a bad deal. it's past trick or treat, I promise. So anyway, they said, we'll stay here, monitor you, or put you in ICU. And I said to the surgeon, I said, pretend I'm your brother, your best friend, your favorite uncle, what would you do? And he was bug-eyed and said, oh, no, I put you in ICU. And I said, lead the way. So I had very profound experiences at night. No doctors to be found, only nurses, of course, to bring me back. So I had very, very profound experiences, and that left me pretty well changed. It probably took me about over 8 weeks to be able to really walk and, as I jokingly say, zip up my fly without being out of breath. So
tell us some of the profound...
Yeah, pneumonia will mess you up. So that was really rough on the breathing part. As far as the near-death stuff is really what you want to hear.
Yeah, people want to know.
Yeah, portals of deep inner space I saw. I would say to everybody, whoever's listening, it's okay. I didn't see white light. I didn't see Jesus. Didn't see my brother. I'm pretty well resigned with the fact I'm not coming back here, because it looked like Hubble Space Telescope pictures of deep inner space. That's what I was going up into, and the sights and sounds and the colors. Just to talk about it will tear me up. It's so profound and mystical, magical, cool, and that's what I was blending into. And it was during that time, too. Each night really was different and very profound. And I'll have a book coming out sometime next year. It'll categorize all that and different things. But, yeah, it definitely, I mean, we definitely, we change energy. That's about it. You know, whether people believe in past lives or not, it's okay. But believe me, we've lived a lot of different past lives. So, and I would say of that, even Tom Hanks did a great movie. I'm asking Spirit the name of it because I didn't remember. It's Cloud Atlas. And that's a really good movie. Everybody should watch that movie. And he played a lot of different parts in it. And the point is, we all take on different roles, and we've been men, women, whatever. And the goal being to bring in as much positive as you can into this incarnation and help and contribute to as many people as you can. So.
Can you take off your glasses? You're glaring your
Sure.
glasses at me.
Yeah.
Oh, look at those beautiful brown eyes.
All
right.
Yeah.
So I want to hear about your spiritual support team and the angels. So they were in the room? What happened there?
Yeah, I had very profound experiences on that too. I would say my experience has been that even when I deal with clients worldwide, phone, Skype, very rarely, of course, friends, relatives in my living room, different stuff comes past all the time. It's as if you and I are in a hot air balloon basket right now, and the whole going up into the balloon, different stuff's coming past all the time. So that's my experience, and it's like your higher self's always there, guardian angel's always there, your personal guardian angel's always there. But, your great aunt could be there one day, and the next day it's like, a total different crew, or your Indian guide, or,
meaning there, meaning here with us.
Correct. And the room often is packed with different stuff. It looks like, it's kind of like the Nicolas Cage, Meg Ryan, the old movie City of Angels. And they were always sitting out on the buildings and everything. Although they wouldn't be wearing the dark overcoats, they look very colorful. And people are so funny because they always go, well, what's my guardian angel's name? And and it's like feeding seagulls on the beach with popcorn. You don't go, hey, come back, seagull, was your name Roger or Steve, right? It's just silly. So they're so much greater than that, and the beings barely fit in this room kind of thing. And
they're very tall, right? Because when I connect with my angel on my board, I ask her, she tells me her name's Mirth, and I said, what do you look like? She said, I'm tall.
Yeah, tall, expansive. Yeah, huge, huge, huge. Think giant polar bear, grizzly bear, that kind of size.
And do you see with your eyes or your third eye? What do you see?
I see all kinds of things I wouldn't even tell you, or they'd lock me up even on Halloween. So, yeah.
Wow, and so you can kind of see the room full of plasma or just full. So when you see a room like me, okay, so I see this room, it's just like empty air and then the walls and stuff. But you see a full room?
Oh, absolutely. There's all kinds of stuff in the room. It's very colorful and beautiful. There's all kinds of stuff up to your right side right now, and your high left side too.
Over here?
Yeah.
What's here? What do you see?
Further out there, there's all kinds of stuff.
Like what?
Anyway, it's very colorful.
What colors? Pink? I'm feeling pink.
Yeah, you got a lot of lavenders and pinks and colors around you. There's gold on your top left. There's all kinds of gold.
I've been working with the violet flame. Maybe that's why you see some.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, and that shows up.
And what's gold mean? What's gold? Violet's higher self, right? Or
I wouldn't even attach any meaning to it, because I think even they change different colors and in different vibrations, and the same with people get pretty hung up on chakras and everything else. But I think they're spending different times. It's almost like the weather, barometric pressure changes. One day it's sunny, one day it's raining.
So when you say the colors, these could be what, angels or guides you don't know?
Correct.
Or what?
Yeah, I can ask right now. So who's in the room with you? Guardian angel, and I'm asking other angels. Right now there's 2 other angels in there. Guardian angel, guides for her. Yes, 1, 2, 3 other guides. So you got 3 guides. 2 what I call vanilla angels, no disrespect intended, and then your guardian angel. So relatives to female, like grandmom.
Oh, your female grandma. So, my female grandma's here.
There's no male.
Can they tell you which side, my paternal or maternal grandma?
Yeah, I can ask. Maternal, it's paternal.
Oh, okay.
So. Interesting. Yeah.
Yes. People love. I'm asking you to do this because I know the viewers. I mean, everybody loves this stuff. It's like, what do you see? How do you do it? What do you see? Because most people, we can't do that. So it's fascinating.
Yeah, and that's okay. Yeah, you do it so long.
How long is this? When did this happen to you, Jimmy?
That really was in 2009. But I've been doing this for a very long time, but it was a game changer. So. And
how do you feel about it? I mean, do you love it? Are you like, oh my God, I can see all these amazing beings. They're here. I feel great. How do you feel about this?
I'm so used to it. I wouldn't even call it exciting. It's just what I do. And, I don't mean to be to downplay it in any way, but I'm so used to it. I'm so accustomed to it. It's like, oh my God, it would be like you going, oh my God, I can't believe you can drive a car. And
Well, when I first started driving a car, I was 16.
Yeah.
My dad would let me drive and he'd be in there. And it was the most exciting, fun thing ever.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh my God, I don't want to get in the car.
Right. See, so there you go. So you know what I'm saying.
So now when you're saying, okay, I'm asking them who this is, your grandmother, who do you hear with your ears?
Yeah. It's really my people talking to your people. Right now, it's your people talking to me. So if you wanted to know anything, I'd ask them whatever. And
and then names. Can you get names? What if you said, okay, what's my grandmother's name? Or
yeah, no, I don't even bother with any of that. You don't. You could definitely figure all that out as far as your little board there. And
right. Well, I know my grandmother's name, but
yeah, but I mean, even if you didn't, somebody could with your little board. You see what I mean?
The board I got my angels' names.
It's like I said earlier. It's like to worry about what their names are or anything else. Like, who cares? It's really a blend. It's more of a cosmic suit. That's the easiest way to tell people.
Now with my board, so if anybody hasn't seen my show, I use this board, talking board, to communicate with my angels, and they'll come on and give me names so that I know which one is talking to me, I guess. So I have Mirth and Thomas and then some other people coming through. And it is so exciting. When that first happened, it was like I was so excited. I wanted to do it every day. And now I still do it, but it's not, like you said, you get kind of used to it. Yeah, you get kind of used. So how did you become a healer then? Because you had done Reiki and all of that, but then once this experience happened, a new power came into you and this new healing modality came. How did it come? Did you have to develop it? Did they teach you? What happened?
I would say a lot of that came about in ICU as well. And my main thing I do right now is called My Liquid Fish. So it's very similar to Tai Chi, Qigong, kind of a yoga movement. And so that's really what I was shown. And it looks like infinity, which is an 8 laying down on its side. And Spirit said chop off the left about middle way out on the left side, and you end up with something that's similar to the Christian fish symbol, only with a more rounded face. And it's about deleting out all the negative beliefs and negative pieces and downloading more positive pieces. So that's the easiest way to tell people that's the simplest way to go about it. I mean, there's way more to it, but that's it.
Yeah, and we did this, everybody, we did this the other day. I had a session with him for half an hour on the phone, and I did something standing up, which we'll do another episode about that, where he'll, you pull forward or back depending on your beliefs, and then we did something with the pendulum, which we'll show you today. But
sure.
So you can do this long distance on the phone, on Skype, or wherever, and so what happens is we'll have a belief. Let's say I hate my job or whatever, or I don't get any satisfaction out of something, and then we'll have that really imprinted and coded in all the way to our cells because we keep thinking about that, right? And we need to switch the energy around it.
Exactly. There's a zillion different levels of that. It could be a belief. You're thinking it to death. You're knowing it. You're feeling it or sensing it. It can be on ready, willing, and able, believe, think, know, and feel. It can be on parallel universe, parallel dimension, other worlds. It can be pretty deep. And it can be things like the core incarnation of this lifetime, soul level, DNA level, past lives. You might have 3 lifetimes ago really hated your job then, and so you brought in a piece of that into this incarnation. So you've gone generations of, let's say, hating your job. And so you really want to clear out the energy of that regardless of where it is so that you don't have so many charges against hating a job, let's say.
Or picking the wrong relationships, maybe always picking somebody who's verbally abusive.
Yeah, or sabotaging relationships. Yeah. I would call it, in your business, I would say a lot of them, their picker's broken.
Their picker's broken, yes, exactly. Yeah, they're picking with the wrong,
There you
head.
Go.
Yeah, because I always, sometimes, I had a guy who had this list, and he wanted women very, very thin. I mean, and with no chest. Usually the guys want big boobs, right? This guy wanted like flat, very thin, like maybe a Kate Moss, a runway model catwalk, very gaunt. And then she couldn't have kids, she couldn't have pets, she couldn't drink alcohol, she had to do this, that, the other. And then I said, look, I wish I could hypnotize you so that you could be open to other body types, because he had this thing where he could not get over it. And it was like, there's 1% of the world population that's like a catwalk, model. So
and I would say to that too, and I've had a lot of couple clients that are couples or men or women seeking out, obviously, romantic relationships. And I would absolutely implore them, please expand your belief system. And insofar as the women, I would say, I've had them come to me and go, oh, Jimmy's got to be 6 feet tall. I want a
that
doctor.
6 feet tall thing.
Yeah, it's got to be 6 feet tall. He's got to be a doctor or a lawyer. He's got to drive a sports car, Corvette, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, whoa, what happened to responsible? A gentleman will open the door for you. How about has manners? How about punctual? How about keeps his word? So I would encourage everybody to go really more expansive on really some pretty large cornerstone pieces. And that opens up the spirit to a very wide arena of higher probability of bringing you in somebody really without us having to search for it so hard. You want it brought to you by spirit so that it's much more fun and profound.
Absolutely, absolutely. I did have a woman once. She only would date a guy if he did drive a BMW. It had to be a certain series. I don't know, it couldn't.
Wow.
It was very interesting, and there was a reasoning on it. And I was like, I can't help you. He had to drive this, that. And then you see these people alone for year after year after year. So it's very difficult. So also, I know you do healings for physical ailments or.
Yes, do a lot of that as well. Have had some incredible luck with senses, viral things, eye pieces, just doesn't really matter. You come to 3 places really. Number one is it's all energy, if you can get to that level. The second is to figure out a way to test that, which is applied kinesiology or muscle testing, standing, swaying. You could be using dowsing rods. The pendulum method you're using goes back to medieval days and further, right? Back to Egyptian days and beyond. So yeah, if you can get a yes or no, then at least you have some sort of direction to go in. But the real power is in changing that. So once you start changing the energy of that, let's say that tells you hate your job, well, what do you do about it then, right? Good luck. But the goal is we want to change the energy of all of that on all levels so that you no longer hate your job, which means you end up getting promoted, or you learned all the lessons you needed to from it, you get a better job you love, or the interaction of hating, let's say, that job or that person, or your boss or whatever, no longer serves you. And when you can release those things, then magical things start to happen. So it borders magic, and here we are today on Halloween.
I know, we're talking about magic on Halloween, which I love it. And let's talk about hexes. We wanted to talk about, I always wear a piece of black tourmaline. I don't have it on right now because I've got my witch cat. But I usually wear tourmaline to keep away, ward off psychic attack, and also protect against electromagnetic pollution. But tell us a little bit about, is that real? I mean,
Yeah, all that stuff can really negatively affect you. I mean, today is not the greatest day in the cosmos as far as everybody bordering on dressing up, assuming another role or costume, kind of staying out there, wanting to be scared, being in the scared moment, that sort of thing. They said that actually the horror movie industry alone is $1 billion a year. Can you imagine? So, and I think people, they've kind of proven that scientifically it is a cross between pleasure / sex / scary. So almost like a lot of times, if we're really scared about delivering a speech or something in front of a crowd, it's really maybe many times because we're excited. Right. So all that kind of blends in together. So yeah, you definitely want to stay out of the entrainment of all these different, scary different movies, scary different issues. You want to definitely stay out of all that. So.
And do you have any little tips about how to protect ourselves from psychic attack? And what is psychic attack?
Well, that can be something as simple as road rage. It can be all, past life stuff. It can be a lot of different things. Ill will, people,
jealousy,
any of those different things. And you definitely want to clear those things out. Always start with you.
Okay. You want to show?
Absolutely. Yeah, knock that out. So we'll just show you. I would start with I am clear.
Okay.
And we'll see what you get for that, yes or no.
Okay, everybody. So when yes for me goes like this.
Okay.
And then no goes like this.
And I wouldn't need to see it. It wouldn't matter.
But so everybody can understand what's going on. Okay.
Right. So, and you're looking at a yes or no.
Am I ready? I am clear. Yes, I am.
All right. So, and then I would do I am unclear.
I am unclear.
And we want that to be no.
That's a no.
Good. And then the next one is I am running forward.
I am running forward.
Which is body, mind, spirit, relationships, money, that sort of thing. We want that to be a yes. And even if it were a no, I'm just going to change it to yes anyway.
I'm running forward in my life.
It's coming in now. Mm-hmm.
Body, mind, relationships. Yes, I am.
Love it. Awesome. So we're going to ask for that to change for the whole group too. You know, I go with my good friend who's an attorney, and we go to the movies every weekend and see all the first-run movies. And coming up on Halloween, the trailers for the scary movies were so bad. He turned to me and he goes, "Are you going to clear us after this from those trailers?" I said, "I'm doing it now."
Oh, awesome, awesome.
So a lot of it looks like the bar in Star Wars scene where they're all nothing but aliens, you know. So a lot of that, it's out there, it's real. I stay out of the protection or the need for protection or good versus evil. I would just change it. And a lot of this stuff I would ignore and just keep moving forward. But you definitely, you know, it's okay to have fun with it. But if you're immersed in horror and gore and having to always do the Halloween stuff, it can definitely affect your mood, how you react to other people.
Let's try to switch it.
Sure.
So let's say let's work on my procrastination with writing my new book.
All right, let's do that. Well, let's start big. So I would say you're a procrastinator. Start there. I'm a procrastinator.
I'm a procrastinator. Yes.
Yes. So we're going to release that, delete it, and erase it out now. And take it all out for you and take out all that level of procrastination, which generally looks like our spiritual jersey, if you will. And you might be wearing a spiritual jersey that says "Go Team Procrastinators." So we're going to delete all that out, and you're going to see a no come in now.
Look, you guys, it switched directions.
There you go. And so now it would be a procrastinator, and it's really...
I'm not moving my hands, you guys. He totally changed the direction. Mm-hmm. See how magical it is?
That magical fun, right?
You can remove your blood.
So what happens is you have a much higher probability for being less of a procrastinator.
Yay.
Okay? It's up to you to get going, but at least that block's not there.
I have to keep sitting my butt in the chair and typing instead of cleaning out the refrigerator.
There you go. There you go. Although it's okay. Take a break.
Yes.
I would do things 15, 20 minutes at a time and then go do something else or clean out the refrigerator. Because sure as you go do that, then your brain goes, I know what I was going to put there now. And then you can run back and work on the computer.
Okay, let's try one other thing to show people. So I have a problem with my ankles. I don't know if it's arthritis or what, but sometimes I'm walking, I'm like hobbling. So let's see.
Yeah, if I ask, it doesn't show as arthritis right now. Swollen ankles is really what it shows as. It's more of a water collection thing, and edema kind of, you know.
No, they don't look swollen, though.
Right, but that's really what's coming to mind. It's like that symptom. I don't get that it's arthritic at all. And it isn't bone or muscle, ligament, tendon. It's a joint issue. So you can chest it right now. It'll show you a yes for a joint issue. So for my ankles, it's a joint support issue.
Are my ankles a joint support issue?
It would be a statement. So it would be the pain I'm experiencing and the inflammation.
The pain I'm experiencing and the inflammation
is a joint issue.
Is a joint issue.
For my ankles, it'll show you a yes.
It is!
Yeah. There you go. So let's delete it, erase it, have her learn all the lessons she needed to from it, release her from the service to it, and delete out all that inflammation and her joint pain and stiffness.
Oh my God, look at you guys, it's going.
There you go. Now you got to know.
Wow, it just turns around.
Mm-hmm. So you'll have a much higher probability of that being better now. Make sense?
It makes sense. All right, Jimmy, thank you. Thanks for being here. Happy Halloween, everybody, and stay tuned because we're going to do some more shows with Jimmy. And if you guys, I'm going to put all of his info in the box below if you're watching on YouTube, and you can get a reading with him and clear some of your crap out, some of your negativity, some of your issues, and he clears it like that, as you saw. So it's awesome. All right.
Awesome.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.